Yeah, I couldn't hear you either.
Okay, yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first annual Lowell Girls Esports Tournament. Brought to you by the Lowell Girls Esports Discord. Thank you for having us. My name is Reed. Don't call me Reed, Mr. Skeletal Skelly. Joining me today is my beloved caster and best friend, Jeff Edrington. Don't call me Epstein, Jeffrey.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the tournament. Looking forward to some great games today. We got a pre-game interview going on here with the top laner for Team SWA0S, Duffin. How's it going today,
Hello,
Duffin?
it's going good. Thank you for having me.
We just
How are you
have
feeling about the games?
I'm sorry.
How are you feeling about the games?
We have had a lot of preparation for this. We know the Piltover Pioneers are a team to be reckoned with, honestly, I'm a little nervous. I'm shaking a little bit, but I'm excited for it, and I think it's gonna be some good games we're gonna have.
We can see up here from the caster booth, yeah, your hands are a little bit shaky. Maybe utilize some of those hand warmers we gave you. And what kind of preparation did you guys go into for this tournament? I don't think you guys have a proper coach. So I was just kind of wondering kind of specifics. Have you guys played together as a team, coached macro? Like what kind of stuff you've been working on?
We played off and on, not as a full team, unfortunately, to be completely honest. We have a system of hierarchy where when someone messes up, we elect a new leader immediately. And I think it's going to add a lot of pressure for our captain to perform. And and our captain right now is the Boy Wonder. So we'll hopefully get it closed out game one and we'll just run away with it. We're hoping.
Interesting pecking order type of hierarchy you got going there.
Is
That's
that
stuff.
difficult for you to manage inside of the game, or is it
Really,
kind of
really hard. Really
how are
hard.
your comms kind of cluttered, and are they clear and consistent, would you say?
I think that our previous game that we played, it looked like we had crystal clear comms. Everything was wonderful. Perfect.
Wow, that's great to hear. I'm looking forward to a great game. And just one last question before you leave us, stuff. And what do you think about this top lane matchup? I know you're kind of a jungle main. Your Shaco and Warwick is kind of feared around the Runeterra.
Yeah.
Not too familiar with the top lane. I know you have one trick. I'm not going to give it away though.
It's a
But if that gets banned out, what are you kind of feeling? I know you're already nervous. Playing on a different champion could, I don't know. You worried about
you
running
know
it down?
I'm worried about running it down. I am a jungle main, so top lane has been something I've been learning, and I think it's gonna be interesting. Top lane is kind of it's a duel. It's an island at times, and it can be tough on your mental. And I just gotta keep my head in the game and focus on winning.
Sounds
That's
like a
great.
great attitude to have, man. All right, well, thank you for joining us for the interview.
Thank you
Best of
guys.
luck to SWA0S
Good
in
luck.
game one and Piltover Pioneers.
Thank you guys.
Good luck.
All right, so we're going to be heading into the game shortly. I think we're going to start it any minute now. We'll go through some pick ban. We got some really interesting team comps coming up here. A lot of overlap between the teams, so it's going to be a very interesting pick ban.
Yeah, the pick ban could really decide it. A lot of people could be off their comfortable champs, could be on something unknown. Who knows what could really go on? Some unknown players as well. Mysterious, kind of a mysterious guy, unranked. And
It's in the name.
BD Necker, as they call him, also unranked. I think he's the jungler for Team SWA0S.
And
Jeff,
in
just
the
going.
spirit of mispronouncing everyone's name, Boy is also here. Good friend of ours as well.
Tyboy, yes, known for his Thresh Renata gameplay, I believe. So might see some of that. We're not as familiar with the Piltover team, but I want to give the edge to them, Jeff. Just going into this, I think they're more prepared. I don't think Blue Team SWA0S has really worked as a team together. Duffin kind of just made some interesting hierarchy claims, which doesn't seem the best in game, but maybe it works for them. Who knows?
Yeah, I want to see. I think the difference maker in these first couple games, if it ends up being swingy, I think it's going to be McRobbery, who comes out with a lead in the mid game and can really carry a fight on one of their signature picks. Or if it's a long game, Mistress is a reliable backliner to really get a lot of damage out in these fights. So let's see how it goes so far. We've got so far Amumu Ari bans from Team SWA0S. That's towards Squishy Mac and Abnormal Dead there. Definitely two of their major picks. And then the GP and Yasuo bans from the Piltover team. What do you think about the GP Yasuo there?
The GP, I think, is a must ban. Duffin is too deadly with those barrel combos. Gets a lot of training from Solar Baka, top gangplank. Yasuo, I'm not too sure if that was targeted at BD Necker. We spoke with him a little bit pre-game behind the stage, and he said, yeah, he loves Yasuo, but he's kind of embraced the Yone role more of this decade, this new decade. So
yep,
we'll
definitely picking the other brother this time. But we'll see what happens. We got the Rakan ban, which is a huge pick.
And
yeah,
it looks like they're going to slam the first pick Rammus. I would love to see Piltover here pick like a jungle Trundle or something to really counter that Rammus with Aftershock.
That would be great, and they wouldn't have to give up any of their solo lane or bot lane picks. But we do have Jinx notoriously left open right now.
Yes,
for
Jinx
Lulu.
highly contested.
Highly contested and highly, not just the a primary pick for both these AD carries, but really seems to be like on the level of one trick for a lot. And there it comes.
Nice. I think Lobotomy Lulu, if there's one person that would keep your eyes on, it's Lobotomy Lulu in the bot lane. I'm kind of leaning towards them steamrolling, not steamrolling maybe, but just dominating that bot lane, getting some early plates, getting some early prio, maybe an early drag or two.
And let's see if we want to see an enchanter pick here. I'd like to see a jungler actually come out. It really is a Mumu and Rammus for Squishy Mac, and that is going to most likely be a Gragas in the jungle there. I like that pick. It's nice, it's stable, healthy clear. Could be something uncomfortable. It's good.
Could be a triple flex as well. I'm not sure if the support RSG Rakan plays Gragas, but could be top jungle flex. But most likely, it is the jungle pickup there. Into Rammus, I don't hate it. I would have kind of preferred to see a Trundle, but I do enjoy the Gragas. And Duffin locking in the Gwen. Wow.
All right, that's a blind Gwen there. I'm expecting to see an 80 carry pick here, or possibly an engaged support or a Renata pick. So let's see what they go for here if they want to give up their 80 carry for the next set of bans, which could really narrow the pool. I mean, we've got Ashe, Caitlyn, really big for Mistress here. So if he wants to get one of those picks in, he's probably going to have to do it now.
Yep, and there it is. You're right. The Lucian locked in. Still no mid or support for SWA0S. Let's see how Piltover responds. Third pick Camille. Ooh, I like Camille into the Gwen.
That is going to be a scrappy top lane. No tanks to be busted here. So second ban phase coming out here. Expecting to see some support bans. There's a lot of Lucian pairings that you could ban that are pretty good.
Yeah,
Renata Lucian ain't bad.
Nami ban would not be bad. Renata, as we know, mysterious or Thai boy, sorry, loves playing that Renata. The Xerath ban comes out.
Okay.
They don't want to be dealing with that poke, or maybe that's a mid lane McRobbery ban. Not sure.
That is a Thai boy ban.
Thai boy ban. Okay.
Yep.
And I would like to see maybe a Rakan ban coming out of SWA0S here, just because they have RSG Rakan in their name, and they have to be cracked on Rakan. Echo.
They did already knock that one out in the first ban phase, so they did not allow them to have it at all.
Very
which
smart.
I completely agree with.
Very smart. Good pickup. I'm not too sure what that Echo ban is kind of designed for, because I think the Gragas is jungle, unless they're scared of the Echo mid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember seeing any Gragas in Squishy Mac's history, but I do know that they like the AP junglers, and they're more familiar with those clears and gank types. So it definitely seems like it could be a backup comfort pick for them, and throwing bans that way when it's a flex pick too is not too great. But let's see if they knock out any of the mid laners from the enemy pool. A lot of mages coming through for Abnormal Dead, and nothing has been picked yet in that lane.
Yeah, I would like to see... Okay, Lux ban. Banning heavy on the AP. I guess they just don't want to get poked out in that bot lane. I don't know if Tyboy can play any Enchantresses like Soraka, Sona, Nami that pair well with Lucian. They did change its passive recently, so it kind of works better without an Enchantress.
Is it true that there is no second ban for the Piltover Pioneers? Are we picking? Yeah, that's true.
They elected to ban nothing? Is that?
Yeah, power move. Okay.
I like that. Big respect, big alpha energy. And there's the Yone pickup I'm talking about.
Oh man.
Like I said backstage, he said, yeah, going into the new year, Yasuo no longer my best friend. Yone is my best friend. And that champion, you can just miss every skill and just right-click him down. Oh, and there's the Nami, the Lucian Nami. They
Okay.
let that go through, surprisingly.
Yeah,
I would've
so
thought
not really notorious for these picks are these players, but I mean, everyone knows that this combo is to be feared by everyone. So looking to see some lane domination in that bot lane against an enchanter as well, another enchanter
Right.
on the enemy team.
You can really abuse early game Jinx Seraphine with Lucian Nami. As soon as you get that level 2, you can look to all in, flash ignite with the Nami, of course. Expecting to see a lot of Fiesta bot lane. I would love if both junglers kind of sat bot lane. I think that's where all the action is going to be. Shouldn't be a ton of kill pressure top lane. Neither can really kill each other early. Yone into Orianna could get scrappy depending how aggressive they want to get. I'm pretty familiar with that matchup. You can really get poked down early on Yone depending on the
Yep.
Orianna skill. It could be
Yeah,
tough.
Ori's so strong lately, and her continuous damage, if you just ignore her and try and make trades, is rough. Usually got to start D shield as well. So want to see some
Yeah.
ganks maybe post 6 on Ori. I mean, she's obviously really immobile, so
Right, with
that
that
might
Yone ulti into the Rammus ult should be easy lockdown, especially if she has no flash. Should be 100% a kill.
Yep. Well,
And yeah, we're getting to the game. I'm looking forward to seeing some level 1 shenanigans. I'm not sure what. We should ask Duffin about that if he had any level 1 strats. I guess he might be leaking
yeah, I don't
them.
think they want to leak that.
They don't want to leak their strats
But
yet.
I'm
Maybe
also hoping for the same.
I'm hoping to go to a game 3, get some more interviews in.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get a couple more interviews in, hopefully, between games if we can, see how the players are feeling. But for now, guys, we're going to cut to a break real quick. We'll be back in about 2 minutes as we wait for the spectator delay here. And we'll start game number 1 of
Game number
Piltover
1.
Pioneers versus Team SWA0S.
Be back soon. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. We're loading in a game here. Excited for this one. Reed, what are you thinking is going to happen level 1? Who do you think would come out on top in a straight up 5v5?
In a straight up 5v5, they all right click mid. I think I have to give it to This is tough. I think I have to give it to Piltover. Grag is pretty strong, level 1. Both top laners running TP Ignite. Love to see that. Hopefully we do have some pre-6 kills in that lane. It could get aggressive, depending on how Camille wants to play it. Lobotomy Lulu is sweating like a lot. I can guarantee you Duffin is sweating and shaking more.
I guess they got a lobotomy on the half of their brain that controlled their instinctual reactions to stressful situations. Unfortunate. Alright, looks like we got a mid lane rush by, okay, kind of a split up.
Kind of
by
split
Team
up. Maybe
SWA0S
going
there.
for a red invade here from Team SWA0S with the... They don't have the best
Yeah.
level 1 CC. Nami's going to cut off here, Thai Boy. I like Piltover with the little 5-point stance, the ward and pixel. I like that ward and pixel kind of knowing they're up to something.
Yep, Ori kind of in a precarious position here. Standing in that bush does shield you from vision, but around this corner, here we go. Let's see if
Here
any of
we
the
go.
CC lands.
Got a flash. Nice
Hey,
early
instant
flash.
flash. Not too bad.
And they drop a double ward. Good heads up play from Oriana not being tabbed out there. A lot of alt chat, a lot of banter going on in alt chat.
Love to see that.
Love to see it.
Miss Observer, if you wouldn't mind showing the scoreboard for us and also rearranging everyone so that they're in order of their lanes, that would be very helpful. Thank you. Yeah, so looks like we're just starting bot side of the map for both junglers here. Expecting to see some bloody bot lane and maybe some bloody top lane with these ignites. What do you think?
Yeah, I just know Duffin is not too comfortable on that Gwen. He does like to fight a lot early. Sign of a good player there.
I mean, how are you supposed to get comfortable on a champ unless you're fighting, right?
Yeah, he does do the Q start, which I do like to see on Gwen. He should be looking for those trades. Bone plating on Camille, of course.
I do like the grasp here on the Camille as well. It just helps you get through the lane. You know, it makes you a little tankier later too. It really is better than the Conquer in this situation, I think. You can pop in for those quick trades that Gwen doesn't really excel at. I mean, early on, her Q, when it's empowered and you're in the middle, it's good, but she really does want to get a lot of autos in.
It's tough for Camille to kind of E on to Gwen if she has 4 stacks of Q up, because she can just get stunned, and look at that trade from Duffin coming out. Big chunk. She does have the TP, though. She's tending to play it safe here. Duffin really abusing early with this Gwen. Love to see it. And we have an early gank going on bot. 3 camp into bot. I love this from Rammus here. BD Necker here. Gets the taunt onto Jinx.
Okay.
She flashes. Doesn't matter. Nami, Lucian, too much damage. And that's exactly what I want to see from SWA0S. It's just... I think Lobotomy Lulu is just a better player, and you just have to keep ganking that lane. That's the only chance.
Yeah, no summoners even used by the attacking team there. Really, really important. Lobotomy Lulu did have Ghost up there, did have Flash, did burn both of those, so a regank would be possible, but there could be another gank, probably not mid, but in top lane I would expect. Either on a crashing wave, if they feel that they can coordinate that and Camille really is pushed under, like it seemed like Duffin was getting her to be.
Yeah, I think Squishy Mac could look for a top lane full clear gank after she finishes up her Krugs there. We'll hit level 4. And Gwen has no ghost or anything to really escape. It is slow pushing back into Duffin, which is good for Duffin in terms of getting ganked. I would love to see Rammus. Yeah, just do the crab. Maybe do blue, reset, go bot crab. Obviously, he doesn't know where Gragas is. I think he should know he path top. And I would really love Rammus to see another regank bot maybe after they reset here. So maybe just clears 2 camps, resets, go back to his Krugs in a bot lane gank. And they have flashes, and I mean, Rammus has ghost, and they can just ghost onto that Jinx, and I think that's like a free kill. Like anytime she moves past kind of the halfway in the lane.
Yeah, absolutely. Seraphine's not going to be helping out too much with stiff arming the enemy jungler there either.
Yeah, definitely not pre-6.
So let's see how we're faring with CS here. Look at that top lane discrepancy already.
Yeah, Duffin's
no
really
kills,
bullying.
but yeah, he really is exerting his presence in that lane. B Daneker showing up, but nothing really comes of it.
Burning the ghost there. Camille with a nice E away. No flash required. That's what I love about Camille. You can kind of just abuse that E. McRobbery did not go with the D shield start. I wonder, he must be taking second wind, I would hope. Otherwise, he'd probably be Very low. BD Necker
Okay.
hasn't got a reset off. Mick Robbery doesn't look like he's ready for this gank.
Yeah, a little
Doesn't look
uncoordinated there, but you know, it is a small HP trade, and it will make Ori have a tougher time. Still has that TP though to come back nice, safe and
Yeah,
sound.
good chunk. And Ori is using her last health pot there, not running biscuits, I don't believe. So might have trouble getting this wave in. Mick Robbery, obviously playing Yone, no mana. No problem kind of shoving that wave in using his HP. Should be able to get a reset. He does have Ignite though, so Ori does have that TP advantage.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
notably, the Ori did. There's a lot of options for Ori. Okay, we got a pretty big trade coming up top.
Ignite coming in from Duffin. Doesn't have flash or ghost there. Can't get on top of her for the kill. Wasn't quite 6.
Yeah, that equal down is pretty long in these early trades. But as I was saying about the mid lane there, Ori really does have a couple options for keystones, and taking phase rush into Yone I think is a really wise one. But it is going to make this early lane a lot more tolerable for the Yone. He's going to be able to keep up in CS like he is, even up by 4 at this point.
Right.
And he's going to have an easier lane, but he's going to have a harder time getting that kill pressure. So we'll see if B. Daneker can throw a wrench into that plan.
Yeah, I would have kind of liked to see the Airy or Comet from Abnormal Dead. I know a lot of pro players kind of switch up back and forth between Airy and Comet. Don't see a lot of phase rush, but I kind of do like it, like as you're saying, just kind of defensive against the Yone, who has a lot of kill pressure with Ignite especially. Bot lane just hit level 5. A lot of kill pressure when they hit 6 there. Nice bubble going down. Do they have Ignite? No. Great flash by Seraphine out. Both sums there. Just the ghost up for bot lane for Piltover Pioneers. Doesn't look like they can do much here off this advantage. BD Necker on the other side of the map. I would like to see him just re-gank bot. I don't think he should really be focusing too much on top. I mean,
Yeah,
Duffin
like
already is
Duffin
kind of running away with the lane.
Exactly. The CS difference is enough right now where, you know, just bouncing it and, you know, getting a couple CS up on each wave is going to be plenty for them to play through Duffin in the late game. And, you know, we did say earlier on that McRobbery is going to be a major power point for this team, but when Duffin's not on his tank picks in the top lane, I think he really can pull his weight in team fights or even a split push scenario.
Yeah, he's definitely pretty nasty on the side lane. BD Necker back top again, kind of camping Corraine here. Right as she was going in, very unlucky timing for her, just eating forward, trying to get a little trade, and Rammus is just there. Seems like Rammus has, you know, kind of been everywhere so far. He is a speedy little hedgehog, so I guess that's what he does.
And I gotta say, this bot lane is really... Oh, here we go.
Ult McRobbery decides to hold it. Okay.
Okay.
Looking, you could QR that. McRobbery holding his R here still. Has Ignite. Would have liked to see... Oh, there it is. Cut top.
Okay, looks like an all-in top, too.
Yeah, Squishy Mac
Ignite
flashed
burned.
the... Camille just needs one more trade combo. Probably doesn't have E up to finalize that kill. Ignite used. Duffin just has too much item advantage for that Leeching Leer, I feel like. Too hard for Camille to kill Gwen early. And that lane,
Yeah, it really is.
That lane's just gonna keep running away, I think.
I think
If
so
Gwen-
too, and I do like the junglers showing up mid there, but I think it was a little bit of a wonky coordination. We had Yone without Q3 going in there. I think you're right. Probably should have started with the R to just lock her down, and probably get a flash there, or it goes into a taunt and they might just kill. You know?
Yeah, they did get as we kind of cut, McRobbery did get a nice R onto Squishy Mac. Sorry, Squishy Mac had a nice flash out. I don't think the observers caught it, but Squishy Mac lived and Flash was down, so I assumed that's what happened. And the Ignite has still not been used by McRobbery. 9 minutes into
a
the
lot
game.
of McDonald's energy from the names in this. Now I'm now realizing we got
that's true.
Robbery and Squishy Mac here.
SWA0S starting up a risky blue buff. Mysterious nowhere to be seen. They're kind of cut off here. Great kind of QW on. Oh, the rocket lobotomy Lulu with a great snipe. BD Necker not in the right place. And Piltover Pioneers come out with a huge advantage there.
Really well placed rocket there. I love how coordinated they were. We had 4 people all at the same time going there. Yone not showing up to that one.
Duffin looking for this solo dive. Gets it. Beautifully played.
It's going to be really a thorn in the side
of
of the Piltover Pioneers here, thinking about this top lane. But I mean, if there's going to be a way that they can win, it's going to be through those 4-man fights like that in the bot.
Yeah, definitely agree. They just need to get Jinx ahead, get her excited, get that Orianna Shockwave Gragas Bomba combo, and I really think they can pick apart Team SWA0S. SWA0S not the most coordinated. It seemed like. I don't know. Lucian was bot there. They had 3 on Dragon. Half of them ran up mid. Ram was kind of committed to the Dragon there, so I'm not quite sure what the call was there. Maybe some hierarchy difference changing. I'm not sure. They did talk about that.
Yeah, I think the leader before that fight is now at the bottom of the pecking order again. They're gonna have to switch that up, but that's what they're built for. They're a flexible team,
Yeah,
right?
flexible team, right? As they were saying. Duffin not looking too nervous in this top lane. I gotta be honest. I feel like he kind of was tricking us in the pregame interview. He's looking very confident. 2-0 on that Gwen. Recently picked that pick up too, just for this tournament. He said, "No way my gangplank gets through. It's simply too cracked. Therefore, I must learn something else."
Oh,
Big
McRobbery.
has a potential there. Definitely he had R. There's the R. Hits it. Ignite just snaps back. Flash. No shot. Great solo kill by McRobbery there. And that's the thing
It
with
seems
Yone.
like the solo laners are really coming out for Team SWA0S here, and
Yeah.
they're probably gonna have to rely on that split push type of scenario with not as good team fight. I mean, facing an Orianna Gragas, Seraphine with a Jinx is a lot of wombo combo.
It really is. Seraphine, yeah. And then once that Jinx gets excited, and if she's on 2 items, their whole team will melt. I mean, they do have Rammus though against the Jinx. I do like that pick, but
That is nice, and no cleanse on the Jinx, notably. So we'll see if they go for a QSS later, or maybe a Mikhail's second item from the Seraphine. I'd like to see something like
would
that.
like to see a Mikhail's. That'd be good as well. However, there is a Yone in the game. Yone can always just ER and right-click the Jinx when he's on 2 or 3 items, especially just with Zerx and Recurva right now. Just look how strong he is dominating that wave, level 9. Ori, it's really tough for Ori here unless she gets a good poke. I would like to see an aggressive Ori ult, maybe not even for kill, just kind of tempo and bring him out of lane.
Yeah,
like
if you get him in range where like a QW is gonna be near death, then it's hard for him to farm there.
Yeah, and he's not running the ignite.
2v2.
So really deny. Definitely going on Squishy Mac. Has the R up, running down the Gragas. Let's see how he plays this. Gets one. Don't think to be able to get more. E's over the wall. Does Camille have E to follow? Wow, great blast plant. And the rocket even comes through. Well played by Duffin there.
I like that map awareness from Lobotomy Lulu too. Sending the rocket just in case Duffin does try that 1v2. I mean, we know how far ahead he is. 300 gold shutdown already.
And he
with that, the Tabby blasting one leeching layer, he's forced to be reckoned with.
Yeah, really going for the Tabby. I personally, I don't know if I would be doing that, but because you just kind of want to play it defensive, hold on to that bounty. Smart heads up gameplay by Duffin there.
Okay, Chopper's land.
No rocket though. Oh, and BD Necker.
Here it is.
Great Rammus ult. The Seraphine ult hits, but it's just not going to do enough. Simply Mysterious flashes forward.
The speed from Nami gets the E.
I think he dies to tower though. Not sure if that was worth for Mysterious there. He used flash and heal just to kill support.
I like the effort, you know, getting the culling in range there. If he had 2-3 more bullets, it's sometimes hard to tell there. But okay, B Daneker a little bit deep in the enemy blue jungle.
I'd like to do an Ori ult here before he blast cones.
It's not up yet, actually, it looks like. It must have been used mid lane.
My bad.
Oh,
must have been used mid.
Rocket
barely. BD Necker survives by the skin of his teeth.
The Rammus thumbs up.
Hits us with the Rammus thumbs up. The BM.
It's so on the nose. I love it. I love it.
I think
Lobotomy Lulu is really being targeted in this bot lane. I think that's a good move by Team SWA0S so far, because just looking at the gameplay, I really, you know, they do have great movement. They are farming really well, even though they have been targeted. So this Jinx is going to be just a threat. As a player, I think Lobotomy Lulu is going to be a threat in the late game.
Definitely, and with that Ghost, she could really outspace the rest of the team. I mean, she has range on everyone on their team, or against SWA0S, I mean, so... With the Ghost, late game Jinx, could be very terrifying. No, does Lucian normally go Gale Force now? I'm not familiar with the build. I know it's cracking into something. I think with
I think
Nami,
it's a new quiver item.
Okay.
Okay, maybe. I mean, they both seem alright. I mean, this is going to give you more consistent damage. Gale Force is going to give you more pick. But, yeah, they both seem okay. It'll probably be one and then the other, regardless of the order.
Right, but you're saying for Mythic it is Gale Force on Lucian? I wasn't...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And no first strike for the Lucian here, which is what they used to do, but I haven't played him in a while. PTA is definitely a reliable one.
Yeah, I kind of like... Oh, McRobbery going for the flash Q. Well played by McRobbery there. Missed the cannon, doesn't matter, got the kill. That's
And
all
look at
I
that
care.
flash timer on Abnormal Dead. 5 seconds left on that one, so really
Wow.
well timed in chat by McRobbery there.
McRobbery ulting with the Nami ult.
Oh.
Tyboy secures the kill. Squishy Mac not able to flash that wall in time. Almost tried to get out of there. And it looks like SWA0S will pick up the second dragon of the game at 15 minutes. And plates are gone. I don't think a single Rift Herald has been picked up yet.
Yeah, the gold lead
And,
too, coming up on 5k here. Gotta think that's a lot of the solo lanes here.
Yeah.
Really pulling ahead. That is nothing to scoff at there. That's not a minor advantage.
Duffin kind of
so-
greeting for this.
Okay, gets it.
Gets the first turret. I think he has ulti, and yeah, Camille stands no chance. Item gap there at that point. Big fight bot lane, but BD Necker is there again. Just playing that bot lane, not letting Lobotomy Lulu play the game like she wants to and run away
Jinx
with
Rocket's up here.
it.
Tyboy has to be careful.
I want to see Squishy Mac impact the game more. She has the Night Harvester. Has ulti. No flash though, but I think the Pioneers, Piltover Pioneers, excuse me, really need to focus on this bot lane more, to send numbers and just force plays bot. 'Cause you can't play for top lane. Mid's close.
Oh.
Nice snapback there.
Nice snapback.
Tough for Abnormal Dead there.
Yeah, that's the matchup coming through right there. You got the unstoppable and the snapback. You're not going to rip him out of that. And he gets away scot-free there with a great trade. His R coming back up, so...
Yeah,
Normal
Abnormal
Dead
Dead.
definitely needs to be careful if they return to lane.
Yeah. Looks like they're just going to go for the Honey Fruit instead. Does have that TP up though, not electing to recall and use it, probably just not sitting on too much gold. But yeah, Squishy Mac really I think needs to impact bot lane, or maybe go for a sneaky Rift Herald play if they know Rams is bot lane again, just to pick up that objective bounty and then extra gold.
It's going to be tough with Duffin exerting that much pressure up there. I mean, we have Tower at 15 minutes or something like that for him, so he's incredibly strong. Definitely able to win a 1v2. No mythic item on Camille yet. Almost second item for the Gwen here, so...
Yeah, as soon as Gwen gets that Nashor's Tooth, the game is really kind of going to get run away with. Yeah, look, they're just bowling. Look at them just bowling, sending 3 top lane for that Camille. She's 5 screens away from the wave at least. Not letting.
You're in that Flame Horizon here too.
Yeah.
I do like the plan that you set forward for the Piltover Pioneers, because I think that getting to late game in a stable position is going to be their win con, and just camping the Jinx, just counter ganking, just Rammus shows up, just stiff arm him away as Gragas.
Right,
You know,
do have
knock
that
him away
Gragas
if
body
they
slam,
engage.
the Bumble ulti, Chompers. Ooh.
Oh,
Tyboy just gets out of that. Could have been huge if those Chompers collected. McSquishy looking top lane here, looking like they're gonna gank the Gwen. I don't love this play. I hate ganking losing lanes as a jungle main. Let's see if it works out.
yeah, I don't know if they have the damage for this.
Nice Ian to Duffin. I don't think they have the damage. Maybe the Camille ult with Ignite could be enough.
They're stacking up.
However, they're stacking up for the snips, the scissors, the bomba. Doesn't help. There's the Camille ulti going down.
R3.
Duffin has one last charge, gets it. Going for the 1v3. Duffin, no ghost. I don't think he can get this. Orianna ult used, and wow, Duffin is kind of just running away with this top lane gameplay. People called him a gangplank one trick. Not sure what he's doing here, just inting. McRobbery with the big ult. He goes wide. Doesn't matter. You're playing Yone.
And McRobbery is at the top of the pecking order once again. So he'll be making the calls from now on.
Duffin with a huge purchase, though. He has tier 2 boots, Nashers, and Riftmaker. I don't know how anyone's going to deal with him.
Even gets a pink ward. I mean, this guy's the wherewithal required to do that when you're this ahead is astonishing.
Yeah, I would really love to see SWA0S just send Gwen bot. Oh, big wave coming in. Good Seraphine ulti. Great Seraphine ulti there, and the heal comes out and they live. Mysterious still looking to trade, though. Rocket. Oh, wow, they barely live. Another summer heal comes out. Mysterious now getting really knifey with it. I like that play. Probably not worth, because, again, you die before you can pick tower. Rift Herald goes down mid like the Rift Herald mid. Not going to be able to pick that up. But like I was saying, I'd love to see if they just send Duff and bot lane here, pick up that tier 1 tower, then their mid lane, or their bot lane mid, excuse me, and have Yone kind of rotating on some flank angles like top mid jungle or bot jungle, just because SWA0S has such a big advantage that I think they could look to push and really close out game 1 with this blue side pick.
Yeah, we have reached the Flame Horizon in the top lane here. So huge advantage from Duffin. I wonder if that's going to change the draft next time around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they can ban Gwen and Gangplank.
They might be able to pick it away. I think Karain does have a game or two on it. They might just be able to pick a different pick into it, though. I mean, Gwen is a tank buster, but if, you know, Karain on something like Ornn or even like a Lowy
Yeah,
could, you know, survive and contest her in that 1v1, then, you know, the game plan we've been giving for Piltover Pioneers might be able to come to fruition.
that Jinx looks like she's probably 2k off her Infinity Edge. If I was Piltover, I would not want to be fighting until my Jinx is on 2 items here. SWA0S looking really aggressive in the jungle. Gragas ult pushes him away. I don't know if they have the damage to kill the... Oh, Lulu! Lobotomy Lulu popping off just like we wanted to see. Huge damage going off there. Oh, and gets the zap and forces the Yone flash. Lobotomy Lulu is excited. I love to see it. And they're going to pick up their second dragon of the game, I think, and an objective bounty.
I don't know about this. Duffin is wrapping around
Duffin
right
is
now.
rapping.
And I'm nervous for them. Jinx does not have Ghost, does have Flash up.
Oh,
Okay.
they're getting in on them.
Yep, they're getting in there. Mr. is coming in.
There's no way Lobotomy Lulu can do anything against Duffin. He's too strong. Gets the triple kill with the snips. And I spoke too soon. I'm sorry. Blue team picks up the second drag of the game. Duffin just making all-star plays. Kind of 1v9 this game, I might even say.
Yeah, definitely looking that way. The solo lane's coming out big. And Mr. is riding on the back of that huge Gwen, picking up the dragon and some assists there, getting some gold for himself as well. We do see the hole breaker for Yone here.
I'd love seeing that. Just
I do too. They're gonna have huge 1-3-1.
Huge 1-3-1 potential. Can't be stopped. I mean, if SWA0S just plays the macro game decently well, I don't see really a chance of Piltover Pioneers coming back. But anything is possible. A couple shutdowns. I mean, if Jinx gets 1 or 2 of those big shutdowns, they're actually right back in the game. McRobbery was very close to dying that last fight. Used the flash, used the ulti.
Yep, I think it's going to be a fighter on one of these objectives. We're not on soul point quite yet, but you know, we are 22 minutes. We do have some really consistent damage from the Gwen for a Baron attempt, so
really looking
we'll
for
have to see.
Mac. Rammus kind of overextended, doesn't quite get the Bomba knocked back into the team. Looking like they could have possibly got a pick on the Rammus since Yone was snapping. And Gwen completing her death cap 3 items at 22 minutes. Gwen, that Gwen will 1v5 your team with R.
Yeah, R3 is going to 100-0 one of the players. And we do see a Baron being started up here. No Gwen yet in sight, but once she gets there, this shit is going to burn fast.
Yep, and there's Duffin snipping away. Doesn't look like Piltover Pioneers has an idea this is going on, or they can't really contest anyways, so.
And I wish I had the marker here, but look at all those wards in the red side. They just know that nobody's able to approach this Baron here.
Yep.
Very, very safely done. No Jinx Rocket even thrown in.
Camille's still looking to kind of catch up to 2 items, pushing out that bot lane. Looks like they're collapsing under. Not a lot of breathing room for Piltover Pioneers in game 1 so far.
Yeah, definitely not. We see that in the itemization as well. I mean, the Zanya's components coming out for Orianna. I do think it's a wise choice, but it's really gonna hinder her ability to pop some of these squishies like she needs to.
Yeah, I would kind of like to see her prioritize death cap. Nice Ori ulti there. Not obviously going to be enough to kill Yone with that hole breaker. It's going to snap out of there, but using that to kind of save the Seraphine. And they're just kind of slowly bleeding out here with Baron buff.
Yeah, I really like
Pioneers
the
kind of need to do something big here. Doesn't look like they can.
Oh! The piercing light double kill was fucking stylish.
Mysterious, kind of earning his name right there for the mystery man himself. Lulu. Nice spacing there by Lulu. Sends the rocket. Not going to connect.
Good block by McRobbery. I think that's what we saw there off screen. And, you know, they didn't do the 1-3-1. They do have Yone grouping, but when you're this ahead, you know, just keep it stable.
Yep. And they can just kind of run down that Jinx. Duffin, I believe, still has another ulti charge. Nope, not quite. Doesn't matter. Just item gap at this point.
Yeah, it's looking pretty grim.
This is looking grim. 14k gold lead at 24 minutes. Really hard to come back from. Jinx even has her Infinity Edge. I just don't think it's in time. No Zerker boots near tier 2. Duffin with another 1k shutdown. And they're just going to rotate top and keep this pressure on. Not opting for a reset. They kind of, I mean, this is a good angle. I guess Jinx and Camille are still dead. They can't do anything about this. If they can try and force a fight before Team SWA0S gets a reset off. Looks like SWA0S is looking to
Oh,
end it here.
wave.
Huge Orianna shockwave there. Lulu is excited. Ah, Seraphine gets a
Oh,
shutdown
no.
on Gwen. No, you hate to
Shutdown
see
goes to
it.
Sarah.
You hate to see it. I'm not sure if Gwen picked up any other shutties. Maybe. No, I don't think so.
You mean Jinx? Yeah, I don't think
Jinx,
so.
sorry.
They get a kill, but you know, I think the third item is really going to be big because we have Tabby on a lot of the players on Team
Yep.
SWA0S here, and just Aramis that's really
Yep.
enough said. You really need that third item LDR or whatever
Need
it's
that
going to be.
LDR. Maybe even a Bloodthirster if you're kind of. No, that just seems silly. Gwen has Zonia's and Tabby's. This Gwen is just a
Yep.
raid boss on her own.
Yeah, and the
Yone,
Gragas and the Ori don't have the damage to kill her, so it's really
Yone
going to be
still hasn't
Lulu.
died. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Mysterious. Ooh. Dashing out of that. Look, Camille had her ulti. Could have looked for an ult, but good dash by Mysterious there to sidestep the Camille E. They're kind
Yeah,
of
I
playing
think they're
with
being
fire a
pretty
little
hesitant.
bit. Yeah, I think Team SWA0S kind of playing with fire. Not really respecting their opponents anymore. They could get caught out easy. None of them are on the map, really. I would like to see Piltover Pioneers kind of pull the trigger, look for a snap engage, but obviously they don't have information on where SWA0S is at. I'd assume they know they're on Dragon at least, but looks like they're going to keep clearing these waves. They do have 3 inhibitors down, so they're going to be stuck in their base for the next couple of minutes. Luckily for them, this is not Soul. They picked up the first Dragon in the game early. But that's going to be Soul Point. And McRobbery going in deep onto Lobotomy Lulu. Great stun by Camille, and they get the shutdown.
Can we get someone else to interview? Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hold on, Ev needs to mute
Wait.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look pretty comfortable on that. Seraphine, some good ultis. Just didn't quite go your way. What's your guys' kind of game plan for game 2? You guys are going to be on blue side, so you do have that first pick advantage. Anything cooking up?
We're gonna go with the classic, you know.
The classic. What does that entail?
Well, they can leave it vague, all right?
That's
We
true.
don't
That's
want
true.
to know what the classic is here.
You're right.
We'll see the
Duffin's probably
classic.
lurking around trying to steal some strats.
Yeah, we know that he always is. I mean, you guys got the Jinx in game 1, which we were really looking forward to because we know it was a contested pick and we know it's a big one for Lobotomy Lulu. Did you guys have kind of a plan going into that game to say you wanted to play around the Jinx and kind of go late, or were you trying to play for an early snowball?
Honestly, I think that we were kind of just hoping to kind of just full force it in the bot lane. But it kind of just, again, it didn't go our way, and that was partially my fault. I actually kind of was debating on whether to go Seraphine or Leona. Leona should have been my pick, first of all, considering that they had a Nami. But we definitely were supposed to play around our Jinx, considering.
Yeah, and one thing about draft I noticed, they picked Lucian third pick blue side, and then you guys had 2 bans, and you opted to ban Xerath, and I think you guys might have skipped or missed a ban. And I was kind of expecting a Nami ban just because Nami Lucian is such a classic combo in the bot lane. Is there any reason you guys didn't ban that or just kind of forgot about it?
We're
No.
trying to instill the fear in the
Okay, I like that.
enemies
That's
here, you know
that's
what
what we were thinking too. Just kind of
Yeah.
just alpha move on them. We don't need 5 bans. I like that. I like that strategy.
Yeah, I'm not even on Team SWA0S and I was fearful, so you definitely succeeded in that one. Well, thank you guys for joining us for the interview here.
Best
Good
of luck
in game number 2.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Thank you.
And we'll be cheering for you guys. Hopefully, a nice game 3. We'd love to see you.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Best of
Thank
luck.
you.
All right, and we should be starting up with game number 2 here anytime now. So we didn't get too much leaked, which I think is wise from them there. But I do expect to see either a pick ban focus on the top lane or a jungle pathing difference towards that top lane to try and mitigate. And there it is.
Yep,
Gwen
Gwen
ban.
ban coming out. I think that's kind of a must after last game.
I hope this does not lead to a Gangplank being left open because that would scare me.
Yeah.
That is definitely his primary pick in the top lane.
Definitely. Duffin can easily tilt off the face of the earth, though. With 1 or 2 bad plays going wrong topside, I could see him really just kind of running it down.
Yeah, he does kind of go all in. He is a big fighter, right? So even when he's behind, it could be a bad fight, and he's not going to change his playstyle too much. So we do have a double ban of the previously played champions, which
I do really like that. I think Yone and Gwen were kind of deciding the game, and they banned Leona. They must have been listening in. Kind of a scumbag move by Team SWA0S there to listen in on the post-game interview, but I guess they have to take any chance they get to get ahead.
It's true. It's true. And you never know. They didn't, there hasn't been an enchanter picked by the Piltover Pioneers yet, so they might be able to change up their game plan, play something that's better into Leona, like perhaps a Thresh or something like that. So let's see what happens. Got a Trundle ban here. Lots of power picks left
Makes
up.
me think they're going to first pick Rammus possibly with the Trundle ban.
I think it might even be an Amumu. It could be a Rammus to steal it away, but Amumu seems to be lately Squishy Mac's #1 pick. We also have notably the Jinx and Syndra left up.
Right, Jinx, Syndra.
There it is.
There's the Rammus, yep.
Yeah, Jinx and Syndra
I really
both
like
left up.
that.
Definitely expecting to see that again.
Yep, there's the
game.
Jinx insta-locked from Mysterious. I really like that Trundle ban into first pick Rammus, because that Rammus was kind of tearing him up last game, not gonna lie. It just kind of seemed like he was everywhere.
Yeah, well spotted too. That's a great counter pick for the mid game, late game. Make that Rammus just start melting like butter.
Rammus can really melt that, I mean, Rammus obviously can destroy the Jinx like we saw last game. There's the Syndra, there's the Renata. So it looks like Team SWA0S kind of got their comfortable picks on the bot lane, red side, but looks like Piltover Pioneers getting a lot of comfortable picks as well. Kind of giving the draft to them so far.
Yeah, I think so. And this is what happens when you react in a pick ban and you ban what you lost to last game. You end up leaving up what you initially prioritized in bans with the first game. So you're having the Renata come through, you're having the Jinx on the enemy team now. And they do get the Rammus Syndra, which is pretty great. So I think they are doing very well. Rakan was not picked in the first phase, actually. Surprising.
Yeah, I think they just had to prioritize. Maybe I could have seen the Rakan over the Sivir. Rakan into Renata is not like the best though, because she can handshake the dash and she can ult when Renata Rakan goes in. Sorry, Renata can ult.
Yeah, and we did hear from RSG Rakan in the pregame interview that they're very comfortable playing really anything. They seem to be, and despite the name and everything, they seem to be comfortable on a lot. So I'm sure they put themselves in the bottom of the priority list willingly in the pick ban phase for their team, which is really another asset that goes unnoticed sometimes.
Last ban here, and it's gonna be the new ban. Kind of. Maybe that's just asserting dominance again, because I assume it's the Fiddlesticks jungle.
Expecting to see a mid lane pick here. Leave top for last. Could be a Yone for McRobbie that's banned. Yasuo
no
and
Yone,
both banned.
no Yasuo, and his Syndra's banned. So McRobbie, kind of, I'm not sure what he can pick here. Digging deep in his champion pool. Let's see what he pulls out. The Lissandra. Okay. Good into Syndra, I think. Maybe not so much early game. Definitely get outranged, but a lot of pick potential mid lane on that immobile Syndra with the Lissandra ult, not locked down in the Fiddlesticks ult.
Yeah, defensively as well, right? You can just invuln yourself when you see that unleashed power coming through.
Yeah, Rammus coming in. Power. I do like Lissandra in the pick. Okay, Zyra Sivir. That is going to be a poke heavy lane. Going to be tough for Team SWA0S to deal with that. They don't have the Nami sustain like last time, and I want to give the edge to Lobotomy Lulu and RSG Rakan right now, just based off of draft. But level 1 could shake some things up. SWA0S did have an aggressive level 1 last game.
It did get that early flash. Didn't really turn into much, but maybe made it a little bit easier for Yone. And the
Mordekaiser. I don't think I've ever seen him play that champion before.
Well, that's for Karain actually. But I'm seeing a really heavy magic damage profile from this team. We do have Lobotomy Lulu as the sole physical damage, which can be reliable in the late game, but we're going to be seeing a lot of Merc Treads on both teams, to be honest with you, Reed.
A lot of Merc Treads indeed, and there's the Tom Kench Duffin was talking about. I mixed it up earlier, excuse me on that. But yeah, very heavy AP profile. I really love this Rammus pick into the Fiddlesticks Jinx, though. Not a lot of damage can really kill this Rammus. I mean, Lissandra Fiddlesticks, not the most reliable AP damage. Obviously, Tom Kench is a tank and does kind of some max HP damage. But if the Lissandra Fiddlesticks don't get ahead, Squishy Mac can kind of take over the game with Rammus, especially with the Sivir. I like that Sivir Rammus, clear engage, hard engage. Let's see if Squishy Mac opts for the Ghost or the Flash. I think last game, BD Necker on the Rammus was opting to take Ghost. I don't play a lot of Rammus. I'm a jungle main, but I think either are really strong picks on the Rammus. And here we go into game 2. Jeff, what are your kind of predictions for this game? What are you expecting to see? What are you hoping to see, maybe?
I want to see a lot of pushing lanes from the Piltover Pioneers. I think they're sticking with their game plan that they told us about from game 1, but with different champions. And I think that's going to fare a lot better for them this time with the Zyra and the Sivir outranging the bot lane. I want to see them get ahead in the bot lane, definitely. Seems like Lobotomy Lulu is going to be their carry to get them through mid and late, so getting some early items onto her will be a priority for them.
I would love to see Squishy Mac kind of impact the lanes more. Maybe not prioritize a full clear. Maybe the 3 camp into bot lane. I don't know how. I don't know if that's going to be viable since Sivir, Zyra are going to be pushing into the turret so far. I don't know if Rammus will be able to 3 camp gank that bot lane, but BD Necker pulled it off last game, and it kind of snowballed the whole game for the bot lane there.
It did, even though Lobotomy Lulu was able to hold on in CS and everything like that. It really did set them behind, and then with the other solo lanes going poorly, it was very tough for them to turn around. But we'll be seeing you guys in about 2 minutes. We're going to cut to a quick break, and when the game starts, we will get right into game number 2 of the LOL Girl Esport tournament.
See you guys
Thank you for
soon.
joining us.
music is bopping. You already got one? Oh, get the wireless headset.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Getting into game 2 here.
Loading into the Summoner's Rift, my favorite place to be. Really hoping for a game 3 here. No caster bias, but would love to see it go to 3.
Listen, man, it's not caster bias to be wanting more games.
That is true. That is true. Some high quality games. Who can say no to that? Any strange runes or anything sticking out to you, Jeff? I don't see anything abnormal. I don't think.
I
Strike
do
on
think
Fiddlesticks.
the first strike Fiddlesticks and the electrocute Lissandra is not super weird, but it does kind of clue into what kind of playstyle they're playing for. I mean, Aftershock's not viable, but there's some other ones that I've seen Lissandra's take. Miss Observer, if you could rearrange the scoreboard too, for
That would be
the
lovely.
lanes.
It looks like Team SWA0S looking for another kind of top lane, but it looks like Duffin is shot calling this game. If I had to go off hierarchy basis, looks like he's kind of leading the charge on the top bench.
Yeah, I think even with the few deaths he had, he kept his position.
Yeah,
at the top as MVP last
doing
game.
the same. Uh-oh, Corraine getting caught off guard. Oh, great handshake. She has to flash that now. Duffin,
Might still be.
No, she gets out fine.
Okay.
Should be able to get that reset in, and again, Team SWA0S just looking more aggressive, looking kind of more in control, and burning another flash level 1.
Yeah, I think that the pitfall there that the Pioneers are getting into with their level 1 is they're standing in the bushes, which might feel like it's going to keep you safer because they can't see you, but a lot of the bushes are put in places where you're kind of trapped if you're trying to escape them if they're just full pushing. So,
Right,
you know, standing in that bush as Ori and standing in that bush as Mordekaiser too, you know, it's worse than being a little further out and not being in the bush.
Yeah, it kind of cuts off your line of vision, your fog of war, big time there. Squishy Mac gonna smite this red buff, going to go to Krugs. Fiddlestick starting. The Raptors start, sorry, the Chickens start. Just they're both chickens and raptors. Curious to see who gets a bot lane kind of push prio here. It should be going to Sivir Zyra, I would think. But Tyboy and Mysterious very comfortable on these picks. I believe these are their main champions, so.
Yeah, we are seeing them on the more comfort picks for sure this game. But I mean, into the Sivir Zyra, it's just going to be hard for them to really use that. As we do see a quick trade.
Good trade there. Looks like she could have kept going, maybe. Kind of scared without flash, though. Respect that. Oh, and Tyboy hitting these handshakes. Big time handshake guy.
Yeah, it does come out on top of that trade from the bone plating, but the bone plating is a surprising choice for Renata in this matchup. I think it's a lot of consistent damage that's going to be, you know, ticking away and whittling away. So now that that's down for 45, 55 seconds, whatever it is, another trade could go pretty sour for them.
Yeah, especially running the bone plating into Zyra Sivir seems a little risky because you can take a lot of just free poke.
Exactly.
I'm still kind of surprised the lane is kind of midway here. Would have liked to see Squishy Mac maybe 3-camp that bot lane. Obviously, she didn't know Wave stayed at the time, or what it would have been.
Yeah, what do you think about these paths here? Looks like we got some opposite clears.
Yeah, opposite
going.
full clears. I like BD Nectar kind of full clearing to bot side, just because there's not a lot of gank potential early on that top lane. Actually, you know, I kind of take that back. There is early pre-6 on the Mordekaiser. It's kind of the only time you kind of can gank that lane. Opting not to, though. Probably trying to path away from the enemy jungler as Fiddle 6. You just want to full clear to 6. Do your first full clear, do Scuttle Crab, kind of reset, and then go for another full clear and look to hit 6 early and get that first strike ulti. Look to get
Yeah,
a
that's
kill.
going to be big money. I really want to see a level 6 play, anticipating that in the bot lane here. We got the pushing. You know, Sivir Zyra, they definitely have push, I would say, in this matchup, but it really is going to come out when they have more abilities and more items, right? So once they get a recall off and they're about level 5, 6, they're going to have much more push prio, and Fiddle's going to have that fat wall in the bot lane to jump over.
That
So I want to see
juicy
that.
try, yeah, from bot lane. Could spell disaster for this bot lane if they push up too much, but kind of keeping the lane in the middle so far, which I kind of like. We'd kind of like to see them push the Jinx in more, make her spend more mana on rocket spamming.
Wait, did Abnormal Dead forget a starting item?
No, she started Darksteel. Oh, Abnormal Dead. You're right. Abnormal Dead with
Yeah, I
no
think so.
starting item, just a minion demat.
Okay.
Will it matter? I don't know.
Will it
Great
matter?
taunt.
Comes
Great
through.
taunt on the Squishy Mech.
Good hold on the flash there by McRobbery. I love
hold
that.
on
Just
the
knows the
flash.
ease up. No scatter the weak and taunt. They're both down. Not going to get interrupted. Just
Can E out
moseys on
safely.
out.
And now that you mentioned it, the item might have made the difference there. D-Ring could have been a kill with the previous poke down. Kind of hate to see
Exactly,
it.
yeah.
It's happened in Worlds before. Nerves get the best of you when you're playing on stage. Duffin looking like in a bad spot for this top lane. I bet he's calling for his jungler here, knowing his lane is kind of in a terrible state. And yeah, here comes Fiddlesticks up for the gank. Corraine really needs to respect this with no flash.
Yeah, let's see how this one pans out. We got Fiddle coming in. I don't foresee a kill going on here, but it could be a good positive health trade to get Duffin back in.
Duffin hits that W. Does he have the pull in? No.
I think he's out of mana. He doesn't have the stun there. He did have the get licked passive or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, I was
But-
hoping for a Mordekaiser EQ under turret, maybe trade.
Oh, yeah.
Trade 1-for-1. I don't think she had the E up, obviously.
No, it's pretty long cooldown early. I think it's like 15.
She got
but-
chunked, but she's going to utilize that TP and come back to lane with the item advantage. Duffin's going to get that crash off, though, so not bad for him. He kind of got bailed out by his jungler there big time.
He did, but I mean, I don't even think there's going to be an item advantage because the CS is double in the top
You're
lane
right,
for
the
Duffin.
CS
Even though the HP was not really showing the same story, I guess Corraine was really just putting the priority on hitting the lane opponent more so than securing those CS.
Yeah, and Fiddlesticks kind of thwarted that with that little mini gank up there, letting Duffin get that safe recall off.
Yeah, that was really, really great choice. Really good pathing. You know, not every gank needs to lead to a kill. Sometimes just getting them in a safer position and crashing the wave is what you need. And Tom really doesn't have wave clear early to do that himself.
No. Definitely does not. Squishy Mac kind of just hovering around the dragon pit, kind of indecisive here. I'm not sure what her game plan is. Raptors are up. Red is spawning soon. They have a nice pink ward kind of on that Fiddle. I don't know if she's on the dragon. I can't really tell. It looks like you're going to start up the dragon soon. And just 1 second. My cat is on fire.
All right. Well, while Reed attempts to save his cat, we have a Scatter the Week coming on, a B. Daneker. The R is up for Abnormal Dead. Q doesn't hit, though. Would have been enough to kill with the 4 orbs there, I do think. No level 6s at this fight, except for the mid laners, it looks like. Level 7 for McRobbery. Big flash in and a flash out. No R up for McRobbery. Looking pretty dangerous. Sivir, no flash, stuck in the pit. Might be able to trade a kill? No, the exhaust comes out. Wow, and it's a 3 for 0. Abnormal Dead getting chased down by Mistress. No sums on anybody. Can the zap hit? Nope, it cannot. Mistress turns around.
Great scatter.
dragon-
there.
Yeah, great scatter. The dragon does go over to the Piltover Pioneers there, which is their saving grace, I suppose, but that over 2,000 gold lead now stemming from that one.
Corraine looking like... Ooh, Duffy
Oh,
gets
still
the E with the
burning.
Mord passive. Corraine just needs one more Q. Beautifully played. Still has
Doesn't
the
even
W, I believe.
flash.
Doesn't
Love
even
that.
flash. Well played. I didn't even think ultied there. Great sequence there. Doesn't even matter about the CS diff. Player diff is what I like to call it. Production just informed me that I had to step away, unrelated to cat-related issues. We don't support any animal violence or any violence at all on this channel, so I'd like to take back my previous statement. My cat is fine. In fact, I don't even own a cat, and it was not on fire.
As a cat owner, I am worried. I am now in fight or flight mode, but I'm glad to hear that your non-existent pets are good.
I'm sorry for everyone I offended in chat. Production was giving me a hard time about that comment. But yeah, I mean, Piltover Pioneers just needs to get that 6 on Fiddlesticks, and they can really start making plays. All of our camps are up. I would love to just full clear, ignore everyone, mute pings, deafen team. That's what I would do, and just full clear until like level 6, 7. Recall, pick up a Fiendish Codex maybe, and just look for ult spam around some objectives too. I'd like to get some wards on that Rift Herald maybe. Don't let Team SWA0S get any neutrals. And it looks like Squishy Mac might be... Looks like she's just doing crab in the river.
We got level 6 on Fiddlesticks approaching bot lane, but it does look like he's going in to try. I didn't see if that was warded or not. As we have a quick trade in mid. Scatter doesn't hit.
Good trading out from Karain here on the Mordekaiser. Looking like she's going to rush Rylai's, possibly Demonic into Tom Kench. Could be if she wants to play for lane. Great route onto Ty Boy. Not going to be enough. They don't have the 6 in the bot lane to kill. If Zyra had ulti there, I think that's a dead Renata.
Yeah, and it's the same story in the bot lane as it is the top lane, right? We got a CS disadvantage, but a health advantage. So, you know, they're really emphasizing those trades, trying to knock their opponents out of lane, but it's not really being brought into a real advantage.
Yeah, we need to see some more impact, I think, from Squishy Mac on the map. Fiddlesticks also kind of lagging behind. Rarely would see kind of Fiddlesticks with the same farm as Rammus, but KP differential obviously is there. And Fiddlesticks still has some camps up topside. Looking like they want to start up this Rift Herald, but they're on Scuttle Vision. Duffin calling for more ganks top lane, it seems. Karain respecting that, playing off the wave there. Forcing Team SWA0S to retreat back to mid lane. Doesn't look like they're going to do that Rift. Maybe Fiddlesticks is doing it now? Do they have...
Yeah, it does have the pink ward in top lane for Karain there to know that she's not under immediate threat. And Duffin is freezing that wave, it looks like, on the minimap.
Yeah, Karain sniffed out the Rift Herald, forcing Fiddlesticks off of it. Really good play from Karain there. I would love to see Squishy Mac just Q right into Rift Herald, knowing Duffin recalled and starting that Rift Herald up themselves. Could be
that would be a good choice there.
I think if I'm Piltover Pioneers, I think you gotta kind of take some risks, play around the advantages you do have, which is kind of like the Mordekaiser ult in that 2v2 scenario. If Mordekaiser ults that Fiddlesticks, I don't think that Fiddlesticks is living. Does have the stopwatch on Fiddlesticks though.
Yeah, it could be big. There's going to be an upcoming dragon fight number 2. I can't see the exact timer right now, but it does look like it's coming up relatively soon. We're going to have some big item breakpoints. Syndra with no starting item does end up getting Mythic a lot earlier.
Early Mythic. I don't know if that was intended, but I kind of like the play there.
Yeah, not too bad. Also started with the Lost Chapter on first base with that extra money. So, new strat?
New strat? Possibly. Looking
Sivir approaching one item too here. Possibly going to have it for that dragon fight. I think that's really what they need to play through is getting Sivir some kills, winning this dragon fight, securing the second one. That's how they're going to win this one.
Yeah, and just fight like 4v4 like you were saying with the Sivir ulti. Hopefully she can get Kraken before Jinx. Jinx opting to get those tier 2 boots. So I would think Sivir would be able to get Kraken beforehand, and if they do, we should try and really force a fight. However, it looks like Team SWA0S is just going to start up this Rift Herald, and I don't think Squishy Mac is in a position to kind of contest.
No, I like the trade here. I do. I think it's just with the way that the map tempo has worked, they're not going to be able to contest that Rift, and just trading for the Dragon's going to be nice for them, stacking up their second one, and you know, keeping the Sivir nice and safe in this bot lane, letting them push and oppress the enemy as much as they can.
Yeah, here they are going for that Dragon. Kind of some hesitation here. They're not so sure where Fiddlesticks is, and Fiddlesticks still has ulti. He could have reset and been bought by now. Maybe that's what they're thinking. So they're opting not to do the dragon. Interesting. Ult comes out from Tom Kench top. Great
Okay.
flash by Corian to get away from that Q slow.
Yeah, we do see Rammus hiding in the bush down bottom. Okay, more fighting.
Corian. Fiddlesticks ulting mid, and that's, yep, dead Syndra, like I was saying. Really hard, and Corian takes up the solo kill on the Duffin. Well played. Repchild is going to go drop down mid. I don't think they're going to be able to get that tower. It's going to be close.
Okay, this is big. Flash by Renata.
Flash by Renata.
Yeah, it looks like there was fighting on all sides of the map there. Duffin does lose that 1v1 up top, just as a recap here. Mid lane, mid lane kill does go over to McRobbery. Excellent use of that CC lockdown there. Syndra was not able to retaliate much.
Yeah, can't play the game when you're permanently CC, no matter if you're faker or not. And yeah, like they can just keep abusing that Syndra with Fiddlesticks Lissandra ulti. She can't react to it, really. It's kind of tough. Kind of needs Rammus to hover there a lot, but I don't even think they win that 2v2. Lissandra's 3-0. McRobbery could have another potential unkillable Demon King game. We'll see. No, they died on Yone last game. That is incorrect.
They did. But it is looking like one of those notable carry games from McRobbery, and on a champion that, you know, we, at least from what we could tell, they're not very experienced on, but looking very comfortable nonetheless.
Mysterious in a weird spot in the Dragon Pit here, and they have vision on him. He's going to be able to get out there. They don't have this Zyra ulti, excuse me. And Duffin even walked down there from top lane, opting to save his TP too. And looking like they're forcing mid. Duffin with a great W on the Syndra. Does he have ulti up to eat Syndra? Syndra has to flash. Duffin flashes after. And he's pumping with that Heartsteel. Look at that. Wow, eats the Rammus. Wow, well played by Duffin. He's got hands, huh?
Yeah, really coming out in the
Ooh,
team fights here.
McRobbery, nice flash. Oh, Scatter the Weak, not gonna be enough. Or Unleash
Does
Power,
self-ult there too in retaliation. Gets a little bit of healing from that. Didn't block any damage though, so a little bit slow, but nonetheless, it's going to be a positive trade for Team SWA0S as we go back in.
Just keep going in and in. Doesn't look like Piltover Pioneers know how to handle this Lissandra. 5-0 already without having to reset with the Everfrost Fiendish Codex. 10 stacks on that Darkseal too. He could just go Mejai's and run away with this game.
Man.
We'll see.
Yeah, truly. I want to see them prioritizing a gank on McRobbery or just
they're ganking
picking
Lobotomy Lulu here. Great spell shield coming out. Mysterious fires the rocket. Not gonna be enough. Oh, gets executed.
That was a heated up tower right there, but at least it is an execute. A little bit ill-advised.
Lobotomy Lulu not gonna get any gold from that, but we'll pick up the XP. Lobotomy Lulu needs to get a reset off, I believe. She's been sitting on Noon Quiver Recurve Bow for a while now and has finished that coal up. So
yeah, just finished that coal. Definitely going to be a first item coming through.
And look at Jinx's item, only recalling with a dagger? Only purchasing a dagger off that, so... Oh, never mind, going to sell some items and pick up that Kraken Slayer. Okay. Kraken Slayer on both 80 carries, that seems more apt. And now they're just running down mid again. Good Mordekaiser ulti could survive. Mord can pick up this kill on McRobbery. Yeah. That would be huge. Gets the shutdown. I think Mord still has W. You could fight. Ooh.
Oh.
BD Necker, a little too much damage there with the Sork Shoes, but definitely worth for Karain and Piltover Pioneers getting that big shutdown. Looks like she's going for the Rylai's into Riftmaker build. I do like that. Because they don't have a ton of damage coming out on Team SWA0S late game, at least. This Tom Kench, though, with Heartsteel is kind of... He kind of does pump, as we saw mid lane. On that mid lane scrap, he ate the Rammus, and those Heartsteels, plus the Lick coming in, can do a lot of damage. And here's Duffin coming in for an all-in. If he hits the Q, it doesn't have flash, though. I was going to say, you can flash auto. Oh, wow.
Look at the difference here.
Look at the range on that ulti, and almost too easy for Duffin there. Just snatched her up. That range was kind of disgusting, not going to lie. On that Tom
I think that was a QR. Where you can pull him in with the, if you hit the tongue.
Oh, the tongue QR attack, yep.
Yeah. Alright, TP coming up top. Probably just going to be a quick scrap. No R on either champion here.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Karain had R, she could definitely all in and kill Duffin there and get that shutdown, but doesn't have it up. Pretty long cooldown.
Yeah, I think if she kept that trade going and saved the E for the Tom Kench Abyssal Dive, then A well-timed E could lead to a kill there. No flash on Tom Kench.
Yep. Oh, but
Oh.
BD Necker is here to bail out Duffin once again. Duffin with no ulti here, but is going to land the stun. Not going to be enough damage here. Karain really tanky. Good Merc Treads pickup here. And I don't think they're going to be able to threat.
Hello, check, check, check. Check the mic, check please.
Check, check.
All right. I think we're back. Hello everybody. We just got some inclement weather here at the production studio, so
A lot of storms
broadcast.
coming in.
Yeah, big storm. There actually is a storm by me for any New Yorkers right now. There's a lot of snow going on, so be careful out there. Although you're sitting at your PC, so you're fine.
Upstate, yeah. Heavy downpour down here in Texas. Flooding everywhere. Streets are underwater, but we're going to make it through.
All right, so we're gonna give the go-ahead right now for the game to restart. We did pause so as you guys did not miss too much of the action there.
Looks like we potentially missed some action. Looks like McRobbery died and Tyboy died. Looks like possibly top lane. Maybe going for that Mordekaiser dive. Looks like Mordekaiser just flashed. And Zyra and Syndra, so must have missed
Yes.
a little scuffled team fight before the pause went out, but still a pretty, I wouldn't say even game state, but definitely anyone's game still. A lot of gold.
Yeah, definitely is. Looking a lot better than game number 1 was, at least for the Piltover Pioneers. They are down about 4,000 gold, but I think their scaling really is there. They do have decent team fight, decent engage, so just want to see them get on to some of these carries, like the Jinx, you know, pop the fiddlesticks, things like that, and they're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to say before we went on the pause was that Lysandra did opt to buy that Mejai's we were talking about with the 10 stack Dark Seal. But Mordekaiser shut them down right as they were, or right after they bought it, and I saw they were only at 2 stacks of the Mejai's. So a lot of gold potentially wasted for McRobbery in that mid lane Lysandra, but obviously could still stack it up. It looks like they just died again, so might not really have any stacks going forward. Might have just been 1650 down the drain, not sure.
Yeah, that's very true.
If that is the case, I mean, gold is almost even. Let's take a look at the items here. Looks like Lysandra did sell that Mejai's. Picked up Azonia's. So still an item up on the enemy Lysandra. I do really like that Zonia's pickup just for the Syndra ult. Possibly Rammus taunt. And Karain actually with 6 kills on that Mordekaiser. So yeah, it must have been a dive gone wrong in that top lane, and looks like she picked up a lot of the kills and I think got out with her life. Had to use flash though, but Mordekaiser on 2.5 items could really start taking over the game. With a good flank angle, potentially an ult onto Jinx, and the team fight could really fall apart for Team SWA0S before it even began.
And Mordekaiser, you know, a dive going wrong against Mordekaiser is just the name of the game for that champion. But even in team fights later on, and starting now, really, the fiddlesticks coming in and trying to ult and walk around everybody could just get pulled into that death realm and have a really bad time against this Mordekaiser with so much gold on him. So we'll have to see how these team fights pan out if they can get a surprise jump.
All right, and we're back into the game. Yeah, especially with that Riftmaker build, not opting into that kind of Rylai's Jack show. You see a lot of kind of bruiser Mordekaisers go, but kind of prioritizing more damage. And
did he freeze again?
Yeah, we might have some more weather. Everything is underwater in Central Texas right now, so that is where the production booth is. But I think we're still going.
Okay, looks like we're back.
We're back in the action. Philstick's still holding that health potion. Always good.
Still holding on to that potion at 25 minutes.
Hey, you never know. Sometimes you gotta start up the Baron with 50 HP, and that health potion could make the difference. Who knows?
That is true. We do have item number 2 coming through for Syndra here.
Okay.
Item number 1 for Zyra. So this is a decently strong point in the game for the Pioneers. I think they got to try and get some of these objectives, get some of this control over the map. They have good pick with the Scatter the Weak, with the Zyra route. We got to see some picks coming out from them.
Yeah, definitely need to see some picks. Need to see some fighting. I think they have almost item advantage here. Only really big discrepancy is that jungle. And wow, Team SWA0S is gonna start up the Baron because they see him all bot side on the dragon. Excuse me. And they're on vision too. Piltover Pioneers have a ward and
they do ping it out too.
They ping it out and just opting. I guess they couldn't have rotated in time. And the Baron's just gonna go over to Team SWA0S for free. Wow, great little macro pickup there. Knowing they're kind of setting up for this dragon here. Team
and the gold from that Baron brings Jinx up the second item there, Infinity Edge. That's huge.
Yeah,
good item for Lissandra.
Abnormal Dead could die here. Flashes away from that Tom Kentrel. Wise decision there. Don't want to be dying. Kind of need more team back. I don't love what Piltover Pioneers is doing. Kind of sacrificing everything for that dragon. Does get the objective bounty though, but I don't think they're going to get those recalls off. Look at Jinx. Look at Sivir. Yep, recalls are stopped. Jinx gets it off. Zyra not so much. Doesn't look like they want to engage onto the Zyra. Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser is there stiff arming.
Yeah, I like the push down mid lane by Duffin there, alongside some backup from Tyboy. Really exerting the pressure when they know we can give up this Drake. I mean, it may be an objective bounty, but second Drake is not going to be a win con for the Pioneers right now. So knocking down that inhibitor turret in the mid lane is really going to open up the map, breaking the base like that.
Yeah, just an Ocean Drake too. Not going to be able to do that much off of that. And yeah, obviously any team would rather trade a Baron for a second Drake. And Abnormal Dead might be dead again here. Can Duffin get that lick into ulti? He does get it. Great Sky of the Week Unleash power. Wow, well played by Abnormal Dead. I would type sit Duffin in all chat if I were that Syndra, but probably has more respect than I do for themselves. So well played by Abnormal Dead there. And the item difference isn't the biggest. I don't know. They definitely SWA0S could definitely throw this. Corraine needs the ulti here, I think. Corraine doesn't get the R off. Huge Scatter of the Week goes off. And
yeah, that's looking big. Let's see if they can hold on. Jinx is popping off big Scatter.
We're back. Huge Scatter again. Jinx excited. Mysterious. Looking to close this game out. Abnormal Dead does it again.
More like Abnormal alive in this situation. Holy shit. Big change there in the tides of these fights. A lot of gold back over to the Pioneers. Gonna be seeing what they're picking up there. We got 3 item Syndra, and it's Syndra. So scaling super strong here, and even Syndra or Sivir's coming back into this game gold-wise.
Sivir with the quick blades, and we all know what happens when you lose inhibitors against Syndra Sivir. They're just gonna keep power farming those waves, getting stronger and stronger. And I'd be a little worried here if I'm Team SWA0S. You do have Jinx as like kind of the ultimate backup protection in case things do get away from you. Excuse me.
Yeah, but Jinx without cleanse and with no defensive items and you know, does have the bailout, I suppose,
Does
but
have the bailout and does have the Tom Kentrel. We haven't seen Tom
True.
Kentrel used in a supportive way. It's always been aggressive. That is just kind of Duffin mantra though. Just
yeah.
eat first, think later kind of guy.
Ram is sneaking away that blue buff. Probably nothing gonna come of this one here. Everybody's too tanky.
It's really hard to play into Fiddlesticks without Mercs, but obviously on Rammus, you kind of need to go the tabby. Rakan caught out here. Duffin snatches another victim, licks her up. Tyboy with the ulti. Corraine, great.
Oh.
Gets the flank with Swishy Mac. Great pickup. They need to kind of regroup mid here. Ulti from Mysterious hits Lobotomy Lulu.
Good spell shield on that tongue though. Stops the chase from Duffin. Duffin kind of cornered here. Mordekaiser ult is up. No flash on him either. Doesn't use the Mord ulti. Duffin
Ram's
ticking
gonna
down
go
though
out.
from the bailout. Yeah, I think you're right, Reed. I think the base being open is not really that bad in the supers.
No,
This-
I don't.
This mid lane too, you know, it's easy to group around it, shove out that lane, get a little bit of shallow vision in their own jungle, and it's going to be really hard for them to get that surprise engage that they really do need for Team SWA0S. They need that Fiddlesticks to come in from Fog of War.
Yeah, and Team SWA0S doesn't have the 1-3-1, the split lane pushers like they had last game. They had Gwen and Yone who could kind of determine the game in the side lane if they need to. But now Team SWA0S is kind of, looks like they kind of lost on their macro. They don't know exactly what to do here. Kind of just setting up for next dragon. That's still in like a minute. So we'll see what they do, but they're just playing a lot around mid. Obviously, they already have that inhibitor down. So I don't love that play. Would like to see them set up kind of a bot lane tier 3 push maybe. Or yeah, look for some picks in the jungle here, but it looks like SWA0S not set up for these picks.
Yeah,
in
really
the
good,
third
really
jungle.
good denial there. The handshake by Renata into Rammus is just so
Yeah.
strong for that
Those
reason.
handshakes have been
Cancels the
huge.
ability to.
Wow, great. Zyra Root over the wall. Love this play. Squishy Mac going in. Renata W not even going to be enough. Just killing himself to Rammus. Great play. Flashes out. And Fiddlesticks, yeah, Fiddlesticks was just farming, doing Krugs, doing Red Buff, doing Raptors, la-di-da-di-da. And Piltover
Uh-oh.
really capitalized on that. Duffin going in here. There's the Fiddle ulti. Can we get some Lissandra resets? Looks like he's in the death realm against Mordekaiser.
pumping.
Huge pull-in from Corraine. And they take down Mick Robbery. Sivir picks up the kill. That is big time play from Corraine there. And really everyone on Piltover Pioneers. Great team play there.
Yeah, that was great. We see what happens when a fiddle engage doesn't go well. Only pops onto the Rammus, fears nobody at all, and you know still has that stopwatch after. There's just too much hard CC and no merc treads for this fiddle. It's so hard, and you know kind of makes the rest of his team go all in, a little bit too deep there, and they
Yeah.
pay the price for it.
Definitely pay the price for that. They're losing up for that drag that they spent so much time setting up for. Duffin, I believe, did opt to teleport top lane for kind of a tempo TP. I do like it. Gets stopped on that. Ooh, big shutdown going over to Sivir. Duffin, that is not a good death you want to be having at 32 minutes into the game with Baron up.
Kill going over to Sivir as well. I mean, the scaling and the team fighting prowess really being
Yep.
shown here by Piltover Pioneers. I mean, having some games together as a team seems to be making a difference here compared to Team SWA0S, who maybe naively went into this without, you know, proper communication structure.
Yeah, and they maybe thought they could just hands gap their opponents, but their opponents kind of outbraining them, I would say, at this point in time. But they still have the lead for Team SWA0S. Momentum definitely feels like it's shifting over to Piltover Pioneers, though. Syndra and
Yeah.
Sivir picking up some big-time items, really going to outscale that Lissandra Jinx, I believe. Ooh!
Yeah.
Oh, Squishy Mac not able to get that taunt off. Could have been a kill if he taunted on the E.
Yeah, close one there, but I mean, we are on third Drake here. It is on the ocean, but I think that should be a goal for
Yeah.
Team Piltover. Just start a fight around your own base, and hopefully you know get a pick or get a winning team fight. Chase them down with the Sivir, and use that man advantage to get a dragon. I don't advise them to blind check into their red though, because that's
No.
exactly what Fiddle is gonna need to close out this game. And one lost team fight from here could just be the end of it.
Yeah, definitely one lost team fight for Piltover Pioneers. Could be the game, could be the whole series, and they'd be packing their bags, flying home. Would hate to see them leave the tournament early.
Yeah, especially in this
Nothing
weather. I
blocking
mean,
those.
it's not safe to fly. Okay.
Yeah, but here comes the fiddle engage.
Oh, Tom Kench with a huge knock up there on a 3 in the backline, eats the Sivir.
Karain gets a really good ulti on Lissandra, but Lissandra has the Devour, or sorry, the Zonias and the R, not gonna be enough damage, and that is a clean ace. Not quite clean ace for Team SWA0S. Mysterious goes down. That might do it. I think that is gonna be game. They have a wave coming in. Duffin full HP on that Tom Kench. I think you could just tank the towers, and that might be game over.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be it. Team SWA0S really coming out here. Looked a little shaky in the end, closing up the game, but one nice engage from the Fiddlesticks is all it really took. You know, they had to beware of that Fog of War, and Duffin with a really nice follow-up after, you know, the ebb and flow of the team fight kind of went. Fiddlesticks goes in, they all back up. Fiddlesticks ult ends, they all walk forward, and the Abyssal Dive underneath 3 of them in the back line just absolutely changed the fight.
With the double Zonias too, it's so hard for them to really pick apart someone. Lissandra goes in, Zonias, Fiddlesticks goes in, Zonias. It's just so tough, and well played to both teams, but SWA0S is going to take it 2-0. GG, everyone. Sorry about some of the technical difficulties we had earlier. That's on the weather. Don't point fingers at anyone. Maybe Duffin sabotaged. He's a known DDoSer. But wow, great game. I would have to give Game 1 MVP. I think unanimously, I think we're going to give it to Duffin for Game 1.
Yeah.
Game 2 MVP might be a little bit tougher. I don't know. I mean,
McRobbery had a good game kind of all around. Couple mistakes. B. Daniker had a great finishing ulti there that I think really sealed the game when it wasn't feeling like it was necessarily going to go in their favor. So I think that he'd be my vote.
For B. Daniker, yeah. Karain tried her hardest to keep their team into that. Really bounced back against that brutal Game 1 against Duffin on the Gwen, which I really love to see that bounce back, but just not quite enough to get it done in the end. And I think, I mean, I don't know. BD Necker didn't do the most early game with that Fiddlesticks. I felt like he could have had some more presence. I don't know. It was just a well-played team game from Team SWA0S. I think I'm going to give my MVP vote to Tyboy Wonder on Game 2 on that Renata. Some great handshakes, great ultimates. It's so hard to fight into Renata ulti if you want to try and turn. Yeah, I'm giving my MVP vote to Tyboy Wonder.
Yeah, definitely an unseen threat there. Supporting the rest of the team. They did have a lot of engage, but that bailout prolonging somebody's life is so big with their comp. You know, Lissandra just needs a few more seconds to live CC. Fiddlesticks the same, so really a good pick here too, I think. And I think we are gonna get Reed's choice of MVP for the interview coming up here in a minute. So we're gonna have Tyboy Wonder.
Tyboy Wonder will be joining us. Great.
Joining us. So looking forward to that one.
Stay tuned for that. Well played to everyone, and thank you all for watching and sticking with us through this inclement weather. Hopefully everyone's staying dry, staying safe in this January.
Yeah, we're gonna be back again tomorrow. Possibly, we're still trying to figure out the casting situation, but what we're gonna have is a tier up in skill level tournaments. It's gonna be Plat Emerald teams. You're gonna be playing at 1 p.m. Eastern time on this stream, Twitch TV, Lolgirl Esport, and that's 12 p.m. Central, 10 a.m. Pacific. So be sure to come back and check out some other games.
Actually, I would think of just playing tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, not 1 p.m.
All right, getting word from production that Tyboy is just walking up. He's just signing some autographs, I think, after the game. Should be joining us on the casting desk any moment now. And yeah, I don't know if Piltover's kind of classic plan, if that's what they envisioned. I think they got a lot of their picks they wanted, but in the end, very close game, but not able to close it out. Welcome, Tyboy Wonder.
Hold on, let me change that right quick.
Can you hear us all right?
Name here? Never mind. All right. Yeah, it is I, the boy wonder.
The Boy Wonder.
Tyboy
Right.
Wonder, excellent.
Tyboy Wonder.
So what did you think of that game? How did it really
that was I'm gonna be honest. We thought we had the top pick there with Kench, and it was a close early game, honestly. The Mordekaiser was just, I don't know, just kind of impressive. And then we weren't whenever they picked the Zyra and Sivir, it's like yeah, I'd already picked Renata. I was thinking I can't get close at all. I'm just gonna get poked out if I try to walk up to do any handshakes or anything.
Yeah,
But
and what did you think
that
about
that
that
was
early game in the lane? Sorry to cut you off, but I was expecting the Zyra Sivir to kind of have more push and more pressure on y'all, but it seemed like y'all were able to hold your ground. Some good, really good handshakes early game. I noticed. Kind of stopped us from getting a lot of
I
damage off.
noticed that level two the Sivir did not take her ricochet, and I that kind of surprised me a little bit. But I mean, I understand that she can get health and mana or just health back from her E with my poke, but it's on such a long cooldown. But the Zyra did a good job of just keeping me pushed back. I respect that, like just the power that Zyra is able to put out.
Yeah, it
But
did look pretty good for them in the early game. They were kind of poking you guys out, but it seems that the CS advantage tended to go towards Lobotomy Lulu and RSU Rakan in most of these games, but you guys ended up just playing better in the team fights. Just managing it well, some good ultis out of you, some good bailouts too. What did you think of your team comp that game? Did you guys craft this for any specific reason?
it was kind of last minute, put together. We were just trying to think what uh, what would deny Ramus as much usefulness. I guess we didn't want to choose a 80 heavy team just to try to deny them from dealing as much damage and also him from just building armor against us. So the Lysandra and Fiddlesticks was both kind of kind of a last minute pick there, but I feel like both of their ults go very well together, as it did in that last team fight that won us the game.
Yeah, and we're kind of noticing a momentum switch change over the end. Were you guys worried about closing out that game? You guys didn't have the
We
side
we
lane
were
pressure.
honestly during the pause there, we were trying to think of what we needed to do we want to split them up or do we just need to do a 5-man push down mid? We were looking at the map at what objectives were out there, where they might go next. Um, because we were Sivir was starting to gain momentum even more with just items and just she's a great team fighter. Their Syndra was just
Yeah,
picked me out a couple of times, and it
really scary.
yeah, and then the Mordekaiser as well, just powerhouse. But uh, it ended up we were all in the right place at the right time for that last team fight. But I could definitely like they closed the gap there definitely
Hmm.
towards the
Yeah, I
middle
really
of the
like
game.
the itemization and just the team comp you had. It's so much invulnerability and just survival for single target CC and against Syndra Mordekaiser, I feel like that really worked out in your favor with all the Zanyas and Devour and the Lysandra R
And the
bailout. So you guys
bailouts
had a lot
too.
of tools to do that. So whether intentionally or not, whether last minute or fully prepared, I think you guys did a great job in draft there.
Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for joining us for the post
Yep,
game
thank you
interview.
for
You got
having me.
Reed's MVP.
Yeah, you were
So
my MVP
Well,
for the last game, possibly the series. I just have
awesome.
one last question for you, Ty Boy. How often was Duffin calling for ganks? Because I could notice like multiple times I saw his wave in a bad state, and I saw Fiddlesticks instantly just kind of get off his camps, run top lane, which you don't see a lot of Fiddlesticks doing, especially pre six. I think I saw Fiddlesticks do that. It ended up helping out Duffin a lot. He had a CS advantage, but then was just kind of getting bullied. So I just want to curious how much Duffin was kind of talking about ganks or like the hierarchy of like who was shot calling because he mentioned beforehand that you guys change up the hierarchy with how everyone's performing. And it definitely looked like Duffin was the clear leader going into that game, but maybe that shifted midway through. Could you walk us through how that worked, or what went wrong, or
I'm
what
going
went
to
right with the?
be 100% honest. If he was calling for ganks, I wasn't really paying attention to it. But if B. Daniker, if he was the one that was hearing that, good on him that he was able to turn around and help. Most junglers, I agree, will not just stop a camp to come and help their laners, but we could always count on B. Daniker. Um, And for shot calling, it's kind of just. I would say Duffin was definitely the main shot caller, but there were a few times where we would call something out, and we would there isn't like a definitive shot caller. It's just all of us just kind of like making our own. Should we do this? And then we just kind of agree on it.
Little democracy in action. Love that from a team. And yeah, that 25-minute Baron call, we love that. They had an award on that. Did you guys know that was awarded? You guys just kind of
I
started
did
up,
not know.
and it was on Vision the whole time, but I don't know if you guys saw them setting up for Dragon and just kind of went for it. But I thought that was a very ballsy call, respectable call, and Piltover was not able to respond to that. And I think that's kind of where you guys started to run away with the game. Almost threw it, but did not throw it. Way to close out the game. And
I
thank you
was
for joining
thinking
us
that
from West
there was
Fenway.
definitely going to need to be a third game, and I was really looking forward for that final game too. But
I think we all were.
everybody did very well. Yeah,
Well, there will be more tournaments to come. We can
and I can't
rematch
wait
these
to
teams.
participate.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun,
We'll also
right?
be coming back
Just
to
being organized
uh,
and
yeah. Well,
yeah.
thank
Well,
you so
thank you for
much for
joining
having me.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats on the
All right.
win.
Y'all have a great rest of your day, man.
GGs.
Yep, GG's.
See ya.
GG's. Bye.
Goodbye. All right, and with that being said, I think this will be the end of the stream for day 1 of the LOL Girls Esports Tournament. First one of 2024. We will be having another one tomorrow with a little bit increased skill in rank. Maybe not in gameplay. Who knows if rank even means anything anymore.
And I did misspeak before. That's at 4 p.m. right?
Yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Mountain Time, 1 PST. And yeah, that's going to do it from us from the desk. I am Reed, Mr. Skeletal. Skelly, don't call me Reed. And with me is my lifelong partner, Jeff Edrington.
Yeah, we have a civil union. All right.
And
Thank you, everyone.
thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of
See you
your
tomorrow.
night. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Happy anniversary.